Rim jim barsa pani, not tip tip barsa pani. Rim rim barsa pani, pani में पन्ने का टाइम. See, when I am listening to something, when it comes to recording, I am listening to the rain sound. The rain sound. So it's like I can search for this one. It's like 8-hour rain sound, like a white noise, rain sound on windows with thunder sounds. So 8 hours long. When I'm recording it, I rather like which doesn't distract or interrupt my flow, because building a business from home, people think it's an easy task, but then building a business from home is going to be even more challenging than it's in a workplace. So we have to adapt to our own strategies and stuff. I don't like to listen to music. It's boring. It gets repetitive and boring. Plus the note goes there, music goes on the top, and then it's like it affects the mood as well. But then this is constant, doesn't affect the mood. Thank you so much for joining in this one video. Gyan khatam, starting that Gyan done, this Gyan starts. So 7 ways to value your own efforts while building courses. So we are recording this video on 30th of July, 9:20. The previous video, this video is a part of, it's like a sequence, like this is a part 3 video. So the first video that you're going to be watching, after watching this, or even you can stop this and watch that, where you can just type in this channel, the 6 reasons why they don't invest in you, your courses, or your community. So there are a lot of reasons that we spent in that video, like 6 reasons that why don't people, because you are valuing a lot of things, you're building a course, but then they're not investing, they're not making that transaction. So the last point of that video, that topic was you yourself don't value your own efforts. So this video that we are going to talk about, there are 7 reasons why 7 ways you should value, so that they invest in your products and your services and your one-to-ones and your courses and your communities, so that they transform their lives. So these are the 7 ways we are going to talk about. So Gyan Khatam, topic starts. So point number 1, but thank you so much for joining in. Point number 1, again, the whole point is so that you can value yourself, so that they value what you have created. Cool. They are not going to buy the product, they are going to buy you. The way you do things, the way you deal with things, the way you have strategies, and everything is based on you. It comes from you. Everything that you create is your own creation, right? So they need to value. You need to value yourself, so that what you're creating is valued, and then they have the confidence over you and the products. Cool. So point number 1 is always, like, this one as a negative part of it. Remember the difficulty to take the leap of faith on this journey. So whenever you think of those moments in life where you made the decision, where it was so very difficult to stay on the momentum of working out, where it was so very difficult to learn a language, where it was so difficult to write a language, where it was so 1000% difficult to learn algebra, it was 1000% difficult whenever you're starting something new, like swimming or driving or riding or traveling or walking or documenting or public speaking or reading. Anything that you want to do is difficult in the first stage. That's why most of the people don't even start thinking. You have made the decision to learn calligraphy in a way. You have made a decision to do the work or to lose weight. You have made a decision to build the business. You want to train people to UX and UI, for example. So you have taken the leap of faith. Remember those moments when you have taken the leap of faith. One of the coolest examples that I'm going to derive from one of my friends, when way back in 2019, he said, Fazal, it was November or mid of December, where he said, Fazal, it takes courage to choose what you're doing. When those were my very initial days, when I decided to take a leap of faith and go and start pursuing the journey of entrepreneurship. He said, like, well, it takes even courage to even decide that one thing that you've decided. And then that one thought that he said to me, it kind of took forward for a very long time. Still continue to remember. It's like, it takes courage. So when you take the leap of faith, there is that courage. But when you take that leap of faith, with that courage, there's going to be 1000% difficulty level goes up. So remember those days. When you remember that, when you're selling something to people, that becomes valuable. It's like, just because of that, I was able to build this course. So now I value my own thing, so that you have to purchase this, so that because you are in a state that I was 5 years back in the time. To be where I am, to be as healthy as I am, to be as great as I am in calligraphy, I'm going to teach you the things that I've studied. So you need to value that. Then remember how you struggled on a daily basis. Cool. Anything that you start doing, like for example, if you want to learn the German language, you go through daily struggles. And if you start talking about the daily struggles, there are 1,000 things that come to the picture. Like you were draining, you were struggling with your own mindset. Okay, you were struggling with the. Okay, we are going to talk about a lot of things over here. Like, see, there are a lot of things. The whole page is going to the today's topic. So it's slightly longer video. You were on a daily basis. You were struggling with the way people used to talk to you. You were struggling with the way you used to talk to people. You were stressed out because you were not able to make things happen. You are struggling because you were struggling. I did not even know when I started writing calligraphy. I don't even know. I still don't know how to hold this pen. See, this is a brush pen. I was like, do you hold like this? Do you hold like this? Do you hold like this? Or do you hold like this? It's a daily struggle. When you want to learn something really new, something, for example, a basketball, like cricket, whatever the game is, whatever the game, for example, chess or record, anything, you go through daily struggles. So you need to remembering those struggles. So when you remember those struggles, you start valuing your own creation. You start valuing every moment that you spend in the video. For example, if I want to send, if someone is struggling with this one topic, where okay, Fazal, I'm struggling with how can I value my own self when it comes to building courses. How can I be more confident? I'm going to send anyone and everyone who's going to question me with this one statement to this one video, because I have been through my own struggles, I have been through my own challenges, and I know based on those challenges, I have, with my best of my ability at the moment, I have given these 7 points. This is what happens when you go through an experience. You gain a lot of wisdom. 2% of wisdom. That's what is going to benefit people out. Remember how now we are just very specifically talking about selling courses. So remember how difficult, point number 3, is it was to script the course. How many times did you go blank when you're scripting your courses? How many times when you're trying to script the course down, you were getting overwhelmed? Though you had a lot of maghaz, you had a lot of knowledge and experience and skill sets, but then you were writing and you were getting overwhelmed. Whether this is going to help people or not, whether this is going to add value to them or not. Can I make this a little bit better? Maybe first point is pathetic. I'm going to screw first point. Maybe the all 10 points that I wrote is just going to go in garbage and trash. I'm going to re-script it. How many times did you go through these phases? You need to remember this when you're pricing and making the pitch. Then the fourth point, how difficult what is to structure the whole course. Okay, scripting is a story. Structuring a course is in itself a story. So what goes first? What goes second? What goes third? Okay. Can I put this in day number 3? Can I bring the main essence of day number 3 over here? Okay. I think I'm covering too much in my level 1. I think most of this has to be a part of level 2. And I think I'm covering too less in level 3. How can I learn more things and put things in level 3? So structuring in itself a whole journey. So you need to remember what you've created, because when these things are under our conscious effort, when we are pricing and we're selling things, you gain that confidence. Okay, dude, when you go through this is going to change your life the way it changed my life. So we have to go to that level. We are already in that level. We just need to be aware of things. Then the first one, you had to start recording your courses. How many times did you procrastinate to record courses? How many times did you practice to even come to the point where it's like, okay, I'm going to record this course? How many times did you change the angle of the video? How many times you've changed the dresses that you were wearing? How many times did you take care of your skin? How many times did you're waiting for such a long time to have a haircut? I've had members who have been coaching, like, Fazal, I need to do a haircut before I start recording it. I need to have this lighting before I start recording. I need to have this equipment before I start recording it. So when you have all the hardware, everything is ready. Now when you start sitting for the recording, okay, there's 1,000% more. The difficulty level goes up over here, because now you are not able to perform now. Why? Because you want to fight your own fears, because you're not very confident doing that. It's like, okay, I'm going to talk about 2 things that we want to learn about success tips today that we have. You start being like a robot. And instead of having conversation, that's the process that we go through. So that struggle that we went through. Then the 6th point and 7th point is going to be even more interesting. Where remember all the tangible struggles that you went through. You did not had money to buy a course. You did not had money to invest in tools. You did not had money to buy the equipment, say the hardware equipment, the mouse, the laptop, the Wi-Fi, a good Wi-Fi, the mic, the webcam, and the editor and stuff. And we move on to resources. We did not had money to buy the resources, invest in different levels of the courses that we can skill ourselves. I did not had money. When I started off recording things, I had to borrow money, and I had to ask for money. I had to sell mom's gold. So like, can I get some money? Like, okay, I don't have money. You need to go sell gold the goal that I've got so that he can make money out of it. So those struggles, what were the tangible struggles that you went through, where you did not have resources, you did not have money, you did not have time as well. Time is one of the most biggest challenge when I've been coaching a lot of people who come from the world of corporate world and the jobs world, where they didn't have money, they don't have time, they've got money. They don't just have money, they don't have time. They've got kids to take care of, they've got a job to take care of, they've got the family to take care of, they've got to travel, like 3 different means. That person that I'm coaching, she takes an auto from home to station and the train to station to that place and that place to that place. Like it takes like the whole day. Like a lot of people are so busy and they just need to pull that, like if I can just get 30 minutes of my time, I'll be able to do a lot of things. So that's like, those are the struggles that we generally go through. Then there are intangible challenges that we go through. There are like in intangible, there are 2 things. There are internal battles, there are external battles. In intangible, there are internal battles. Internal battles, the moment you start recording, you go overwhelmed. The moment you go lost, you go overwhelmed, you go stuck, you lack a game plan, you lack strategies. Even though you've got strategy, even you've got like game plan, strategy, accountability, momentum, you've got resources, you've got time, you've got money, you've got the financial support. But then at the end, it's going to be the internal fears that you have to be facing. When you're starting to record, you're stuck. You are fumbling. Though you're great with the subject, you go through that challenge. Then you are battling your own fears, your own emotions at times. Then when you move on to think about external battles are the environment that you're surrounded with. External battles, people, they don't trust you what you're doing, they don't support you what they're doing, there are constant tantrums. Like a lot of people, home-based business is like garbage, it's like trash. We are building an online business, an online empire through it's going to take good 2 to 3 years for people to realize what you're building. So you need to start, you actually have to go through that struggle of like a year or 2 or 3 when people start recognizing you, and they just recognize you with one thing. Like if you start making money, then they start recognizing you. If you don't make money, you go unnoticed. You don't go unnoticed, you go notice that you're wasting your time. So these are the external battles that you need to be fighting. You've got like internal battles that you need to be fighting. So when you remember all these struggles, so we covered all 7 points. When you remember all these struggles, you will start valuing yourself. You will start valuing the efforts. Based on that effort, now you're going to put a price to the package, or your courses, or your communities, or your groups. Based on those things, when you start valuing all these 7 points that we discussed, now you will start to value what you've created. Because of these reasons, when you start valuing your own product, your course, your bonuses, your calls, yourself, when you start doing that, people are not going to have confidence in you. Because you have confidence not in the courses, but the journey that you've been through. Because of this journey I've been through, I've created the course that is going to benefit you, so that you don't have to go through the journey that I've been through to create these courses. See, it's like a triangle thing. So that conviction is what they are going to have on you. So after that, whatever you're going to pitch, that's where they will start investing in anything and everything that you start creating. And one of the major reasons they don't invest in you, your coaches, your communities, and whatever you're doing is because you lack confidence in what you've created in yourself. So when you kind of value all these things, you go sell confidently. And when you're selling confidently, you're respecting your own journey. I don't know how much of this was a beneficial help for you, but then I am sure that this is going to benefit a lot of the members of Academy of Finance and the people that are interacting in the House of Art, the House of Introvert Entrepreneurs, because this is one of the coolest things. We 1000% undervalue us. It's like, okay, you're not going to buy for 5,000 rupees, I'm going to sell it for 500 rupees. You can like this and flip. When you go into 5,000 to 500 rupees, imagine the market value you're going to hold for people. Mosquito, go away. Mosquito, go away. Come again another day. So that brings us to the conclusion of this one video. Go sell confidently, because you have created something of your own experience. It's not theoretical knowledge. You've been through stuff. You've created what it's like. You've been through 3 years of a journey, say for example. You've been 30 years of a journey, and you've created that into a course, so that people don't go through the 30 years of experience of struggle hard that you've been through. That's the only reason we keep creating this, so that we can help those people out. Cool. Thank you so much for making this video part of your day. I'm going to see you in another exciting video. Thank you so much. May peace and blessings be upon you and your loved ones. See you in another exciting video. Bye bye.